All right, hello folks, this is Cornholio. I wanted to show you today what I have done to the CARPURIDE. So let's take it off. It's aggravating to get to this thing sometimes when you have the... Okay. Now, notice I do have some tape around here because I got some silicone underneath the tape that's still curing. But what I did was I took the ball mount off, all right? I got tired of it sitting out on the ball mount, so I took the ball mount off. I removed these 4 screws, and underneath, you see one right there, there's a screw there, and there's a screw right under there, shiny. I drilled 4 holes into this piece and screwed them onto the mount where that ball mount was, so that this is now permanently attached to this, and it's not on that ball mount shaking, which could cause more vibration and possibly even something to break. This little piece here is the ball mount, and it was attached to the back of the CARPURIDE. You've seen them if you have this, and it stuck out, you can see, this far. And then this mount plate, it's magnetized. This mount plate right here attached onto this ball mount by a screw. And when you take these tiny 4 little screws out, here, 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 and here, there was a screw, this screw right here, went through and attached this to this. So it was stuck out a good, what, inch maybe farther? 2.5 centimeters. All right. It would stick it out that much farther into your face. And it vibrated and shook. And I was always afraid that the screw mounts in there were going to break off in here, or this piece would break, and then my $250, $300 CARPURIDE would go flying off. So I didn't like that. So I took this off, used the 4 screws that held this to the mount, to the unit, and I did away with them. With this mount, like I said, I drilled 4 holes. You can see underneath this, there's 1 screw, 2 screw, and 2 other ones under here. And screwed this down. Well, that took away its waterproofing, because now water could get in around the screw holes because this is pulled off of the unit a little. And I put silicone all the way around underneath it. And since I took a trip down to Charleston, it didn't have time to cure. So I put some tape around it to hold it and let it cure in case I ran into water, which I did not. But you know, you always want to take a chance. So I'll pull this tape off eventually, and there is silicone all the way around it that keeps this thing watertight. As watertight as it can be. I don't know that I need to put some silicone around the screws. I might, I don't know. But as you can see, this 4 screws right here, put that back in there. It's got little things to catch it in. But these 4 screws right here match up with these 4 screws, meaning that you can take this off, mount this directly to it, and then hardwire this to the bike. But why? Because these 4 golden brass tabs connect up here and power this unit up. So there's no reason to take this thing off and permanently mount it when you have already this cradle to do the job. So it put the mount closer. It took that 1 inch out from that ball joint and allows me to simply hook this thing on here like such. we're on. Just like when you put your now 6 or now 5 on here, I always like to make sure that that's pushed in right. Push in the little tab, lock it. Now it's on there. And it's not sticking out farther with that ball joint. Let me take this off and I'll show you. There's no ball joint in there now for this thing to sit on. And stick out another inch. I don't know, I like this better. I don't like the ball socket joints, especially the material that they're made out of. I'm not saying Carpuride's using cheap material to make these things out of, but it's a MEM product, metal injected molding. You can see from these little holes right here, little divot holes inside here, and you can even feel it where it's actually protruding some of the metal. It gets molded, so they take metals, mix it with polymers and whatnot, and it turns into a liquid, and they pour it into a mold and heat it up, and the heating process burns away everything and leaves you with this metal part. And it's been painted, and a little screw drill down in there, but this metal breaks very easily. Well, a lot of them will. I don't know if this may be made out of some really good stuff. You don't know. I don't know. I don't want to take that risk. So I took this off, permanently mounted the cradle mount to the unit, and then siliconed around it. So that's what I have done with the CARPURIDE mounting system. I think this is better. That's purely my opinion, but we're going to see how it works. And so far it worked fine. I just took a trip down to Charleston, South Carolina to Folly Beach, and I'll have some of that footage on here following up to show you how well the unit has been working for me. I've had it now for about 2 weeks, and I ride this bike almost daily, unless weather permitting. Going to work, I don't want to go to work in the rain and get off, and I just don't want to wear a rain suit. So when it's bad weather, I park it and ride the truck. But so far, it's been a lot of really good weather here, and I've been riding the bike to work, little trips around town, and then the big trip down to Charleston. That was about a 2 to 2.5 hour trip each way. The unit did great, and I'm happy with it. All right. Waiting on iPlay. Yeah, when you turn the phone off and that off every once in a while, it takes it a minute to catch back up. And there it is. All right. We're going to go to Charleston. Nothing out of the way. And now that I've got it raised up, I can see my gas level. And we got just about a full tank of gas. We're gonna go with that. Let's keep it on road mode. I got it on road dynamic response for these things. I get some air going, maybe get the sweat off my eyes. And I already got a little bug. Ooh, the wind feels good. This jacket's really nice. 2 devices we left behind. I know, I left them. And actually, more than that. Yep, I brought my beach clothes and my swimming suit, and I want to go put my toes in the sands of the Atlantic Ocean. And I'm going to swim in a motel. It says it's got a pool. It's supposed to be working. So we got I don't know what I'm going to do. There is a plantation home. They say it's the largest one in America.
I don't really know if I want to go there. It was a dark part of our history. I don't want to celebrate plantations, but you know, we'll see. If it's only like, you know, 20 bucks, something like that, I might go in and walk through it just to see the house.